We have a problem.
Statistics Canada says the inflation rate reached 3.3% in July.
But food prices are still rising at nearly double that pace.
Canada could be sitting on the biggest housing bubble of all time.
I'm concerned about minimum wage workers and these kinds of very risky situations.
We've reached a breaking point. Rent, groceries, and cost of living have all skyrocketed. The very necessities of life are becoming unattainable for so many people.
The cost of rent being so exorbitant is definitely part of homelessness and addiction. You have to decide, do I want food or do I want to pay rent?
Before this pandemic, the rent was at a half decent price, but now look at it.
I'll say 2 or 3 years ago, things were, more comfortable than they are now. Now prices of rent goes up. I'm just waiting for that to go up this year.
Many of our neighbors are slipping through the cracks, and while the powers that be try to right our path, Centre 105 is providing hope and dignity to all those who are struggling. Centre 105 is a community ministry of the Anglican Diocese of Ottawa, operating as a community outreach centre. We serve some of the most vulnerable individuals in Cornwall and surrounding areas. We provide breakfast for roughly 150 people per day, 3 days a week, but that's just part of the story. For many, it is their first meal in several days. For some, it is a place where they can safely rest. For others, it's a community without the fear of being judged. We offer referrals to other social programs, laundry services, and emergency food hampers. We have an awesome partnership with the Recovery Care Mobile Clinic, which brings a nurse and an addictions counselor to Centre 105.
I would say Centre 105 directly attributed to my recovery. Yeah, it's awesome coming and having breakfast, but just having the staff to talk to, having somewhere safe to be, that I don't think I could have got sober without that.
I want to take you through this by the numbers. In 2019, our center served almost 6,000 breakfasts throughout the year. 2020, the number increased to over 9,000. In 2021, this number jumped to over 12,000 meals and over 17,000 meals in 2022. Now that we're in 2023, we are set to shatter this record with over 400 weekly breakfasts. The number of individuals needing ready-to-eat meals is continuing to grow at an exponential rate.
Yes, very much so worried about this future. What do you think our kids are going to grow up, our grandbabies? They're not even going to be able to live.
Living now for the past 5 years is getting harder. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like in the next 5 years.
Every time I look for an apartment, it's over $1,000. And if you're single and perhaps on disability or social services, there's nothing you can do.
You may be surprised by how many people you have in your life who are steps away from needing the support of an organization like Centre 105. Some people need help with food, but for some, socializing in a safe setting is exactly what they need.
I think Centre 105 is probably one of the most important places to fundraise for, because not only do they help feed the community, they help bring the community together.
I come here because they respect me and I respect them.
You come here and you think you make a new family.
I like the company. I don't always leave right offhand. I like to socialize a little bit here and there, talk to people.
It's beyond the meal, it's the staff, it's the safety. When you feel less than yourself, they're always there to make you feel better.
Centre 105 is not the solution to poverty and food insecurity. We are simply a Band-Aid. We are serving dignity, love, and resources. We run a tight ship with limited funds for operating expenditures. We are not a top-heavy organization. We rely on volunteers and community donations. And sometimes, it feels like we are bailing out a sinking ship with a cup in this current climate. But with your support, we're going to fight to keep the ship afloat for as long as possible. We're going to continue to provide nutrition, dignity, and safety to all those in need.